Hey Erasmo, it's Devin again. Thank you for speaking to me on the phone earlier, and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm going to briefly show you three things I found on your website that you can fix really easily so you could start beating sighting of Atlanta, because if you type in Atlanta sighting, they show up right at the top. And there's a lot of business that comes with showing up at the top. I know you're not in Atlanta, you're in Kennesaw, but I figure you drive the 25 miles to get, full siding replacement jobs. So that's why I chose Atlanta. You're probably wondering why I'm even making this video for you, and it's really simple. I found out a little while ago there's a lot of business owners out there that are so busy, running their business, taking care of their customers. They don't really have the time to learn how to make the internet bring them more customers. And the only thing stopping them from hiring somebody to help them is they don't know who is an expert and who's not. So what I started doing was creating these attack plans and just giving them away for free. Some people take this information, they do it themselves, and that's awesome. Some people call me back and have me do it for them. Whatever you want to do is totally okay with me. I'm just here to educate you, give you some free advice, and hopefully help you out a bit. I'm going to talk to you about three things today: content, backlinks, and citations. But I wanted to start by saying I really love the look of your website. I always love seeing a really huge photo right at the top here. It just looks really, really modern. And then speaking of photos, you have really, really great looking photos all down your site, which is really, really good. And when somebody hits your website and they're looking for a contractor, they want to see good work being done. And you're obviously showing that. So they love to see that kind of stuff. You did a really great job from a design point of view. Now, what Google mostly cares about when they rank you to the top is this stuff right here, all of this content. The more content you have on the site, the better. We say content is king. And the reason why is because Google looks at the sites that have a lot of content as sites that have a lot of authority. So you want to make sure that you look like an authority to Google. Now, the average website on the front page of Google has right around 1,500 words. So that's kind of where you want to be sitting. So if I go and I copy all of your content, and then I go and I paste it into a word counter here, you can see you have 315 words. While if we go look at Sighting of Atlanta, they may not have that much. Let's see. They've got a lot. They have almost 3,000 words. So keep in mind, this is one of the reasons they're outranking you by a lot, is because they have so much content on there. But you can easily beat them. Since they're at 2750, what I would do to beat them is I would write 3,000 words. I would just completely blow them out of the water and have way more content than them. So that would be my first tip for you. But it also lets you fit in more keywords as well. A keyword is just a phrase somebody types into Google to find your business, such as like Atlanta siding. People type this in hundreds of times a month. So if I copy this and I go over to your site, deselect all that, there you go, and then I search right here, you can see you have it on here 0 times. So you want to make sure that when you're writing that extra content to beat them with content, you want to also put in Atlanta siding a couple times. One other thing too is you can save your images as that. So like this image right here, instead of all these numbers and stuff, you can save this as Atlanta siding, and that'll help Google push you to the top for that too, and help you rank and start getting more phone calls. So that's my first tip for you. My second tip for you is called backlinks. A backlink is when another website is linking to your website, driving traffic to your website. And this is really important because Google's kind of like a popularity contest. They want to see a bunch of trustworthy, relevant websites vouching for your website by linking to your website. But keep in mind, they do want to see relevant sites, which means you're going to get a lot more power if you have other construction companies linking to you instead of having like Pizza Hut linking to you. Google knows you're not a pizza company. So the tool that I use to check out backlinks is called Ahrefs. It's a paid tool. You don't have to use it. Just go on Google and type in backlink checker, and you'll find plenty of free tools that show you the same info. But it says you currently have 6 websites linking to you, while Siding of Atlanta has 38 websites linking to them. So you might be thinking, how do I beat them? It's really, really easy. If these websites are good enough to rank Siding of Atlanta, then they're good enough to rank you too. So what I would do is I'd go look at all these websites that are linking to you, and I'd get those same websites, or linking to them, I'd get those same websites to link back to you. So you just go one by one to each website and get a link back to it. For example, like up down today, you may have to go in here and click contact us. Or you, honestly, right here, it's probably so simple that you just have to type in your URL and it'll give you a link because it checked it. And then, keywords basket, this one, you could probably create a profile on it. And then when you create the profile, inside of your profile, I'll ask for your website. This looks like a bad website. Let's see. These blog spots right here, you can create it yourself. Just go to blogspot.com and you can create a new blog and literally just make a one-page blog saying, hey, we provide siding in Atlanta, and put a link back to your homepage. And it's really that easy just to get backlinks. So if you go through and just match one by one every single link they have and get those pointing back to your site, plus you beat them in content, that's going to be enough for you to get number one here and start taking all the phone calls they're getting. I'm going to give you one last tip, and that's how to show up right here in the map pack section. Getting here requires having what's called citations. You need to have more citations than your competitors. A citation is when you list your name, your address, and your phone number inside of a directory. And a directory is just a website that allows you to list your business's information, such as like Yelp, Yext, Yellow Pages, White Pages, Facebook, Angie's List, Home Advisor. So what I would do if I were in your shoes is I'd figure out what directories Advanced Roofing was in. I'd put my business in those exact same ones, and then I'd add a bunch more on top. So like if they were in 150 directories, I'd put myself in like 300. But that's all I've got for you, Erasmo. I hope you found this informative and helpful. I try to keep it short and to the point for you. As a super quick recap, you're going to want to have at least 3,000 words of content on this front page so you can beat Sighting of Atlanta because they have 2,700. You're going to want to take all these websites that are linking to Sighting of Atlanta and copy them and get them linking back to you. And then you want to put your name, your address, and your phone number in more directories in Advanced Roofing. If you follow these 3 tips, this is enough to get you to take the number 1 spots on Google and start getting all those phone calls that come with it. You're probably asking, what do I do now? You've got 2 options. Number 1, you can take this information, you can do it yourself. And the sooner you get started, the sooner you rank to the top of Google and you start making a ton more money. If you want any help to get this done for you, feel free to give me a call. I put my phone number right down here at the bottom, 972-309-9939. It's the same number I called you from earlier today. I'd be glad to hear your goals and see if there's anything I can do to help you. Either way, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. I hope you have a great day. Bye, Erasmo.